Hi, and welcome back to Temple Baptist Church Online Devotion. I'm glad that you're with me today. Continuing my study through 1 Thessalonians, we find ourselves getting to basically the last half of chapter 5, beginning in verse 12. And this is called Exhortations. And so from verse 12 all the way down through verse 27, Paul proceeds to establish a whole list of exhortations that he's exhorting the church there in Thessalonica, the body of Christ, to make sure that these things are evident in their life. And so these exhortations, there are several of them. And so today we're going to look at the first two of these exhortations, and we're going to look at the fact that we need to recognize others and that we need to promote peace within the body of Christ. Listen as I read, beginning in verse 12. And we urge you, brethren, to recognize those who labor among you and are over you in the Lord and admonish you, and to esteem them very highly in love for their work's sake. Be at peace among yourselves. Now we exhort you, brethren, warn those who are unruly, comfort the faint-hearted, uphold the weak, be patient with all. See that no one renders evil for evil to anyone, but always pursue what is good, both for yourselves and for all. Now, the first thing that we look at here in verse 12, he says, we urge you to recognize those who labor among you. Think about those who labor among you. If you're involved with the body of Christ, you're in the church, hopefully you are an active Sunday school member, and you think about those who labor so that you can have an environment in which you can grow stronger in the Lord. There is the pastor, there's the associate pastor, there's the song leader, there's the piano player, perhaps there's an organ player, there's a church secretary, there's a church treasurer, there are deacons hopefully in the church, there are Sunday school teachers, there are others that help with the monthly potluck or with other special meals. There's the custodian that keeps everything neat and tidy and clean. There are the children's workers who take care of the children if you bring your children. And then there are others as well. There are the security guards, and there are the greeters at the door, and there are those that take care of the grounds, and they sweep the parking lot, and they shovel the snow, and they do all of the various things that are necessary. And Paul says to recognize those that labor, and that their labor is for the glory of the Lord. To recognize them, simply to say thank you, simply to acknowledge their effort, simply to know that the work that they're doing is not for their own glory, but that they're glorifying the Lord and they're helping to build up the body of Christ. Every one of them is important. And perhaps you play one of those roles in the church that you attend. If not, then we would encourage you to be more active and more involved. And if you don't already have a church, we would encourage you to come and join us here at Temple Baptist Church. The second word is peace, to promote peace among the body. He says there in verse 13, to esteem them very highly in love for their work's sake, be at peace among yourselves. Satan desires to tear apart the body of Christ. And he does that through confusion and conflict. He does it through a word, through an action, through simply an expression, a look. Satan is very cunning in all that he does. God desires for us to be at peace in the body of Christ. And when the body of Christ is at peace and united together, the Spirit of Christ can use that united body as a team to have a greater impact upon the community around it. It's vital to recognize others in their labor, to labor beside them, and then as well to encourage and to promote peace within the body of Christ. We exhort you to do that. Come and join us at Temple Baptist Church. We meet on Sundays at 8 a.m., 10 a.m., 6 p.m., and on Wednesdays at 7 p.m. And if you don't have a church home, come and see how God would have you to be involved here in this place. God bless you, and I hope that you'll join me again next time as we continue our study in 1 Thessalonians.